Hey folks, Consolidating here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. We are playing as the Brazilian Socialist Republic, and apparently our name, get a second name over here. Still only one name here, I guess, because it's only one landmass, which is fair, but it'd be nice if it was a bigger name. We are campaigning hard in Africa here. I've also made sure that our latest crop of MPs are being unleashed upon North America. We are slowly dealing with what's left of the rebellion over here, which is going to be really handy once that gets done. Meanwhile, our ships are still, well, they are going around and doing a little bit of convoy protection over here. The hope is still to make it across to Denmark here. Need a little bit more naval superiority in the Danish Strait, and we are moving some stuff over there. Is this an actual naval battle? Oh, some American submarines over here. But we are taking them out with an aerial presence. Ooh, an actual battleship as well. So there's an actual naval presence over here. We do have a couple of, we have some destroyers that are doing some convoy escorting over here, which is actually very, very, very important, because if they start targeting our convoys here effectively, then we're going to start to have a very bad time in Africa. I mean, we're already not having a great time in Africa, because it turns out that the supply here is kind of poop, but we're getting there. Ooh, jet fighters. Yeah. All right. Over here, I'm going to make another run over here if we can. That's Jet Fighter 1. We're going to do... Ooh, it's way ahead of time. So I guess Jet Fighter 2 is not in the cards right now. I still don't think we're going to work on strategic bombers, so we're going to leave that be for now. I do want to finish that at some point. I don't care about the paratroopers. We may as well get the field hospital, since we do use field hospitals, so just finish that off. That's going to be fine. Yeah, you are still a little bit stuck here. I'm wondering if we swung back, if there might not be anyone over there, but we do need to go and save this poor soul at some point. Let's go and do something like that. We're almost at the northern side of Africa here, and we can start gaining some more supply routes, which would be nice. Meanwhile, here in the Iberian Peninsula, I'm going to cancel that garrison job, and let me cancel that actually, and send a front line here to go and take Gibraltar that way. I have faith that you can probably do that. Maybe not right away with just this. These are, you know, this pretty tough terrain over here. Hell, if anything, this would be a good, such mountains here, this would be a good one to have, like, these guys just be proper mountaineer divisions again for a little while. That's going to be okay. And one more air doctrine. Bomber defense. You know what? I can live without the bomber defense for now. I don't know what I'm concerned with taking instead of that. That's all done. That's all done. I mean, hell, nukes. But it still takes too long. We might want level 2 radar in a few places, so we may as well go ahead and pick up a little bit of that. Gives us a few more options. This push is going well. At some point, I'm going to want to take this teal group and merge them back into gold. But I'll wait until this is done. And actually, then I'll still have a couple of people extra. Maybe I'll keep them separate. I don't know. Gold squad is pretty thin. You're still here. And try to move there. Wouldn't surprise me, actually, if you interrupted me on the way and I don't have any particular organization. Almost done under mechanized, which is nice. Expeditionary forces. Sure, I will take you. And you know what? Let's just add you to the golden army over here. And we'll keep you separated. Gold and teal. That's going to be okay. You're going to get run away. You're going to go there, and you'll probably get overrun. We'll probably lose those tanks, and that's going to be a real, real shame. Just real slow moving over here. But finally looking to take Casablanca, hopefully. Just going to keep right-clicking over here, send some more people over that way. That got retaken as well, which is nice. And then the garrisoning will take over. What's the port here? Level 4 port, so we can get some supply in. There we go. We've taken that. It's worth 10 victory points, which means it's worth supplies as well. That is really, really handy. Now, Teal Group, I'm going to encourage you to run yourself up over on this coast, please, and thank you. Because that will be really handy if you can pull that off. Meanwhile, we have, always doing our little port strikes over here, which is good. And we've got lots of other naval results, but we're not really taking a look at. Still being threatened with naval invasion. But looks okay to me. Still don't quite have our attack going here, but hopefully, we'll get a bit more navy built soon. We actually lost, I think, some of our dockyards. I think we had full dockyards here and the submarine slowly building. No, I'm wrong. This has just been slowly improving over time. Okay, that's good. We just got a new carrier. That's going to be added to that fleet there, which is nice. And, of course, we're continuing to add more destroyers along the way as well. So our carrier storage over here. Oh, yeah, it's got one heavy cruiser as well. So we're up to 3 carriers and a heavy cruiser. It's a little light on screening, but we are getting more of the destroyers over there. And hopefully this will lead to slightly more dominance over there. Naval supremacy. I think because the convoy escort stays together, it spreads itself out. We probably do have to go and put it on patrol, but I'm a little worried. Alright, we'll put you on patrol duty instead and see what that does. Sure, that's going to distribute you, and then, yeah, see, this happens. Our destroyers get caught out without maybe the assistance that we would like. Greenland, I think what we need to do... This may not end up being relevant, but I'm going to max out your base. They do at least build very quickly, so that way we can throw more airplanes into the mix. We do still have a whole lot of bombers here, which should be able to assist in these battles, although the range is a huge problem. Well, the rest of our fleet is closing in. We've got aircraft carriers. They don't. So even without the support from the land, and actually we temporarily have enough superiority over here, we are moving our divisions over to Iceland. Awesome. Making some progress there. Meanwhile, most of Africa is Brazilian green. We have the annoying fact that Italy, just like Mexico, is a very similar color to ours. So they cannot be allowed to live. Meanwhile, that tank did get bopped over there, which is very unfortunate. But it's a good opportunity to take a look at our so-called heavy tank group. Can we go and swap out another one of these for this modern? That's heavy. Can we switch to another modern tank and not run out? No. And I don't think we've got the self-propelled artillery either. If I do this, I guess I can't add it there. Right, I need to restructure this. Remove this here, put the modern tank here. It's going to cost a little bit of experience points to move things around. Or will it? Add you there. Yeah, we'd go way into the negatives. So, we'll just have to go with this for now, which means our speed still sucks. Actually, you know what I'm wondering? I'm going to just remove... Yes, I'm going to remove the rocket-propelled artillery from this. And I guess with that in mind... I'm going to go ahead and add the modern tank here and then add the self-propelled artillery over here. We don't have it, but our speed is going to go up because we're no longer going to have the towed artillery. And now I think can you see the speed over here? No, which seems a little bit odd. But I suspect it's still the heavy tank that's the slowest thing in our group at this time. So after we get the others switched over, they'll go a little faster. And then at some point this will turn into mechanized. Okay, I'm going to do this because it increases the speed of our tank divisions. Even though it might, in a sense, weaken them because we're really taking away the rocket artillery and not really replacing it with anything. But that's okay. What I'm wondering about is if it might be a good idea to open up another self-propelled artillery line. So we do need quite a bit. I knew that. It does slow down some of the modern tank stuff, but I think it's going to be okay. And in the end, we'll have 4 lines over here. Actually, at a risk of slowing down planes, which is okay, actually, I'm going to move the tanks up and then the artillery back up. This is probably causing a lot of loss of efficiency, unfortunately, but there we go. So now these are the top 6 things in my queues. They all get actual buildings. We've got, not enough resources, but that's going to be a permanent problem. Group green over here. Make sure you're actually doing this, and then some of that, and then you're going to run up this coast. Who needs orders? Not you. In fact, I'm going to... There we go. Yeah, you have no orders because you have no front line anymore. So just make that run. That's going to be okay. And over here, that's pushing well. Group teal is getting some work done. I'm going to go and shrink their front line so they can be really focused and just pushing up over here. We could move our air presence as well, but we're not going to do that. How's my naval invasion? I don't know. Hang on. Rocket art. Oh, yeah. Na. Banana. Right, I can take more trade interdiction over here. Carrier operation. That's true. I forgot that those are not mutually exclusive. Where's my... Oh, there they are. They're on the way. Excellent. Woo. You're not the one that's in battle, though. This is a huge enemy fleet. Massive enemy fleet. Although their battleships are pretty heavily damaged. Their carrier's running away. We have extra air support, although maybe not as much as I would like. Labrador, you're also maxed out. I'm not going to bother increasing the airbase in Labrador because it's going to be kind of obsolete soon. We've already destroyed some of the stuff. We're a much, much smaller fleet. But I think, yeah, this Battleship 1, they have a lot of obsolete ships that are going around here, like World War I era ships. And we are late, like we are post-World War II style ships. Our 1945 tech, which is pretty notable. Meanwhile, Group Teal... Okay, someone's taking that. Good. Excellent. Then you're going to do that. So we're going to set you up on a new front, because your old battle plan has been completed. So your plan is just going to be pushed across the north over here. And just keep squeezing. Supplies are still bad, but we are making do. I mean, I'm not even imagining the amount of attrition we're putting our poor men through as they try to cross through Africa here. It's probably very, very, very sickening. Meanwhile, European group, it's a little weird because there's a different color here, but that's Soviet-held territory as opposed to the Portuguese one because it's all, you know, whoever got there first. You're going to keep pushing up the coast. That's going to be fine. In fact, we're pushing up into Vichy France at this point, and Germany. I'm just wondering about, like, getting these guys here. We still have no political power because all the coups are still going here. Sweden and Cuba. You know what? Sweden, I'm going to cancel boosting popularity over here. And Cuba, how you looking? Yeah, you're a while away. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to let the coups finish, and then we're going to take another look at that point. But it would be nice to be able to hire some extra leaders. I could use these airfields. I have a lot of planes. A ridiculous number of planes. Yeah, we'll hold off. Our plane production will be slowing a little bit because I am putting my tank production up a little bit higher. Almost out of those heavy tanks, which is fine because we're replacing them all with modern tanks. We need a few more, I think, for the next upgrade. And soon we will do that. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to set a tiny little front line for the green group and an offensive line to take Barcelona. So they keep going in case they stop. I mean, the right-clicking has mostly had them keep moving, but at some point they might get stopped, and this way at least they'll reset themselves. So hopefully we're still getting a lot of war contribution over here. I mean, we still got the most in the Brazilian-Uruguayan War, which is important. I mean, we're not going to have it in the German-Soviet War. Actually, yeah, the Russians, of course, the Soviets have the most. That makes sense. But we've got a decent amount there. And that's not going to hurt in our war thing. Now, what will be very interesting is if the Allies capitulate, which isn't going to happen that quick because we're not going after the UK, but if the Allies capitulate, then the Axis will be able to take some of their territory. But it's not going to be core territory, so it's not like we have to take that all to make them surrender. Oh, you're getting pushed back a little here. We're getting a wee bit thin here, but overall I'm still feeling mostly okay. Let's go and take that airfield. And speaking of, I take these guys, move them up over here, and then get them to work in North Africa. Help finish that up. Woo, nice little pocket of dudes here. It's nice when you accidentally get an encirclement. Very strong. Being warned about more naval invasions, but I'm willing to bet there aren't actually any going on. And bammo! Bammo. Just witnessed the end of it there, actually, because it was still animating the move. You guys go ahead and complete that. And we are absolutely going to make sure that we've got enough infrastructure to be able to hold some troops here. Let's do something like that. Max out this naval base. Max out an air base. Max out the radar station, which is just level 1. Max out the anti-air. And I'm going to move all these to the top. There we go, because we got to protect against port strikes and things like that. That's going to be very important. Okay, and there's been a lot of little skirmishes here and there, killing a lot more UK ships. Losing a plane here and there, but that's about it. That was a massive battle. Killing battleships, battle cruisers. Fan-frickin-tastic. Fan-frickin-tastic. Okay. Very good. Air wing with no mission. Do not... Oh, maybe you couldn't reach. Tell you what, fly over Egypt? No, really? Tell you what, let me just trash you then. And we'll see. North Africa. It's our closest airfield. including shared one. Spanish. Why does it have these ones on top? That seems odd to me. What's our cap here? 600, so we'll go 300 and 300. No. North Africa. Da, 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 da. And I'm willing to bet Egypt. We probably don't have anything anywhere close. And no, we don't. But North Africa, at least we'll have something. Okay. And we'll get that airfield soon as well and deny them some ability to counteract that. So that all got bopped. Someone's walking into there. Yeah, they are. And how's our little European hit squad? Heading towards Barcelona. Excellent. And pushing well there. Pushing very well there. So we're going to get some credit for the fighting in Africa. Whether it's critical or not, I don't know. It was mostly just what we could reach. Although at this point, I really should transfer. You know, at a certain point you can stop. Oh, there we go. National Spain's capitulated. I could stop pushing here, although grabbing control of the Suez is probably a worthwhile goal. And it'll be a pain in the ass to hold it all if I don't, you know, push and actually just take it. But I'm, you know, let's say I grabbed Gold Squad here, or maybe Teal Squad will do that. Actually, that seems like a really good idea. Why don't I do that now? Have Teal Squad join Green Squad. Yeah, let's do it. Not like we have much supplies down here anyway. Teal Squad can join Green Squad, and we will cancel their orders. And we will set up a new set of orders to go here. And we're going to push along the coast down this way. Do that, and we're going to make sure that you've got a general here. Excellent. Actually, you've got a fair amount of Alpine troops, which is going to be handy over here. But mostly, we just have to wait for the troops to make it across the way. But it's very easy for them to do that here. Very easy. Italy does not seem to have a maritime presence right over here, so that's very good for us. We're still pushing up this way with Gold Squad, which is going to be enough. Our borders, our front lines actually shrunk dramatically with the Golden. Well, they're technically all the way over here, but it's going to keep shrinking dramatically over here. You guys, I realize that you have, like, no organization. We're going to do that, because you'll build up a little bit along the way. You can quickly take some of that territory, but meanwhile, the Silver Garrison, ooh, nice, is moving out to take over more and more of their positions. I guess I can work my way down both of these branches over here at this point. That'll be kind of handy. No real invasions going on as far as I can tell still. Excellent. Let's take a look at our resistance map mode. Good. I can do this and then, say, stick some of you guys in Philadelphia up here. I think I actually already had some going to Philadelphia. They just haven't arrived yet, so go over here, actually. Over here, the growth is basically nothing, so you can join there as well. Not quite nothing. What about here? No, very low. Can probably do that and be happy. It's all one zone? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is get you guys to group up a little because it'll make it easier to read the stack sizes. That's shrinking, but not super fast. Still some resistance in Canada here, but I'm not as concerned. How about here? I think that means I could at least move you down to, say, Vancouver here. And partially we're there to defend some stuff as well, but we're okay. All right. Yeah. Naval invasion, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's actually... They might have re-invaded into Murcia there. Let me send you back down. Meanwhile, this can go there, and then I'll shrink it that way. Keep you focused on running along the south here. We don't really need the supply points the same way, but it's a nice focused way for my troops to run. It'd be nice, you know, if we could make the race to Berlin, but it doesn't actually matter too much who takes it first in this particular case, because we certainly don't care about holding it. This front sort of breaking like this is a little bit annoying. What I think I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to say to Gold, you don't have this as a front anymore. Just focus up there. And actually, I will kill your front line or your offensive line and redraw it like this. Leaves more troops pushing over here than needed, but there's actually a pretty solid offense going on, so maybe it's not completely uncalled for. And then Red's going to have a pretty long front, which means they probably won't really be able to push too much, but we'll get you some assistance soon enough. We'll probably merge red and gold together once this is done and put a field marshal in charge. I think that's probably the best way to go. Meanwhile, this group is going to push well. We took Murcia. Excellent. Just didn't want that there. There's a little bit of pocket of nationalist Spain over here. If we went and, say, went like here, we could cut these guys off completely. Which seems like a pretty good idea. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, get in there. Yeah, see, these guys are isolated. I don't know how many people are there. I guess I can click on the battle screen and find out. Oh, yeah, there's not very much. It's interesting that it's still question mark there, but if you click on the battle, I'll get information. I mean, unless there's troops not participating in the battle, but wouldn't those be running away? I'm pretty sure, so it seems a little bit odd. If you're engaged with the troop, you should, I mean, maybe not know what their divisions are made out of, I suppose, but you should know how many divisions are there. As soon as this is done, I should halt that attack, just so that these guys rejoin the front properly. There we go. Just make sure that gets cleaned up there. All right, and then keep pushing that way. Excellent. Gold group. Still, I'm going to tell you to halt, actually, because a lot of you guys were walking towards the wrong front. You're going to go and clean that up. Excellent. Wonderful. And then you're going to keep pushing there. Okay. Brilliant. Brazilian Socialist Republic. I mean, it's simply occupied. We don't own it. Really, it comes down to, I want to own all of the Americas, the contiguous Americas. We don't even have to worry about El Salvador anymore, although that's a separate war, but that will go quickly. Lots of green markers here. Oh, yeah, and the Soviet Union. I think, like, originally their line was where? Somewhere around here, and then Germany pushed to around here, and then the pushback happens, which you often see. You see Germany win early, and then I think they run out of manpower is what happens. Maximalist Portugal gaining some occupation here, thanks to some help by the Brazilian army over here. Let's see, our heavy tanks. I suspect we can swap one of these for a modern tank. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine if we do that. Combat width is good. We've got all that set up. And we've only got one heavy tank left in here. So realizing I won't... Well, no, you know what? I'm going to replace you because at this point you're just slowing us down. So I'm going to put a modern tank in there. Speed goes up to 9.6. We don't have enough modern tanks to do that. But we're basically just decommissioning all of our heavy tanks. And then the modern tanks are just going to take over. These are going to be much, much faster groups now, which is going to be excellent. Yeah, we have no national focus to select, right? Nope. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's the mechanized. So we're working our way up there. I don't think we'll actually see us switch over to mechanized before this war ends, actually. I very strongly suspect that will not be the case. So you guys are moving up here. Everything's pushing, which is great. Gold Squad is very nearly done. It's pushed down here. Silver Garrison is doing its work, although it doesn't really need to defend this coast at all. We can probably just forget about it. It's interesting. We're not going to make the push through Turkey, I think. Well, no, because I think we're going to go right through there. And actually, I was talking about adding Gold Squad to the push over to the east, but why don't I just throw Gold Squad into the European push? It's interesting. All along, I was assuming that the route to make the Axis lose would be to go through the Allies, but instead it's going to be the other way around. We're going to kill the Axis first. Well, taking Germany, or Japan, will be a little tricky. Germany's going to be fine. Germany will capitulate, and then taking Japan is going to be a lot trickier. Ooh, wow. They have really been pushing like crazy. But to make Japan capitulate, we only have to take their island, because we only have to take their core stuff. And of course, once things capitulate over here, the Soviets will be able to push all their forces back east, which is going to be fine. And what I'm going to focus on is maybe doing a giant airdrop from the north of the occupied France. France occupied by Portugal. All right, little skirmishes over here. Vichy France has capitulated. Excellent, good news. Our European front over here, I'm going to go and just cancel the old front. God damn it. I do not want to click on the airport. Fuck off. Click on that line. Thank you. Be nice if it was contextual. If I've got the offensive tool selected, most likely, or the delete tool selected, I'm trying to left click, most likely I'm not trying to select a goddamn airport. Do I want to be the one who pushes through the Alps? into Italy. I don't know. I guess someone's gotta. And they're green, and that cannot be allowed to stand. So we've got to go and keep pushing this way. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of defenses right now. We do have some Alpine troops, so maybe it'll be okay. Yeah, and gold group over here. I'm going to grab your tanks. You only have the one. Really? Wow. And no Alpine as well. I'll grab the tank and your assault infantry here. And we're going to have you merge up over there. And we still need a few more, but I'm going to let gold finish its job here. I don't think it needs much in the way of forces, but a tiny little bit. Finish this up, and then, yeah, we'll get 4 more over there. Red's full. We've got the full that, but I could make them into a field marshal like I was just talking about. The other thing I could do, and I think I will do this, actually, I'm going to take the red front and shrink it. Get them to focus much more on this northward attack. And in particular... Hello. Move their front line, or their offensive line here. And here. And actually bring their front line up even further north. Really get them to focus on taking the north. Excellent. Just one token infrastructure there. Not even worried about moving it to the top of the queue. Things are going fine. You, clean this up. It annoys me that it's there. And my silver garrison, they're moving out all over the place. I'm really not worried about any kind of counterattack there. Meanwhile, Group Green seems to be pushing well. Let's put them actually on aggressive plan here. I think they're going to be perfectly okay. I don't know where Italy's forces are, but they are not here. We're just going to be able to rip through Italy very, very quickly. We're going to give them a second line over here to continue the push afterwards. Yeah, this is going to be pretty messy. Pretty aggro. Hey, French Commune. So many planes over here. Can we start to get some stats? 4,200 planes over southern England. Not so much in the north. And then the other thing, you can finish that. Right, and you're building all the airfields and everything like that. And yeah, finish this up. You're talking about attrition, but we are building up the infrastructure over here and the bases and everything. What we're going to do is we're going to move our fleet to there, take on the Norwegian fleet, or the Norwegian Sea, and I think all these planes can be retired from Greenland's space, and instead, they're going to show up over here, and we're going to grab 2, 3, 400 naval bombers, and sorry. Bring that up there. 200 of those deployed in the Norwegian Sea, like so. Okay. And then what we'll be planning is an invasion from Iceland to the Faroe Islands. And then from the Faroe Islands, again, we'll build up our airfield and our naval base, and then probably do an airdrop there. I don't know. It'll depend on the naval situation. There's a connection. The Scottish Highlands here, this is all one. I think you can, if you land here, I think you walk, I think that's just one province. Yeah, because it's got the yellow highlighting. So, the one province here. So we can land here from this sea zone. So that's not, shouldn't be too hard to control, but we'll see how it goes. Especially from the Faroes, hopefully it's not too bad. Alright, so we're pushing there. A little bit awkward the way the line is drawing itself out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink our front line and really get us to focus on pushing down into Italy. Gold Squad nearly done its job. Just go nuts there, guys. You'll be fine. I have faith in you. Red team should also be able to push north a little bit easier now that I have them a little bit more focused. And tell them to halt for a second, then reevaluate. And you go. You go. That should go just fine. Field Hospital 4 done. Excellent. Don't need any more ships. Doctrines are all being powered through as much as possible. We could start our way ahead of time fighters. Bomber defense, I don't care about. Well, Is it all kinds of bombers? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe we can use the protector ships better. It's possible, actually. Making the run towards Rome over here. Fine, fine, fine. Let me go with green group over here. We're going to delete that little micro front. And get out of delete mode. There we are. Shrink you down that way. Excellent. We'll get Italy to capitulate relatively soon by doing something like this. Gold squad. Alright, you're going. You're going. You'll get there. You can do it. I know, the supplies still suck, and it's making everything worse. We should be okay. Hey, we got some points again. Nice. We got crazy amount of Navy experience, which we could go to redesign our aircraft carriers. And, I mean, we're still building them, so what the hell, right? Sorry, over here. There. Aircraft carrier 4. More armor. Slightly faster speed, but it's not as relevant, whereas lots of deck space actually helps a lot. More armor, a little bit more reliability. There we go. Boom. So you're going to stop there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start a new carrier, which is going to join the North Atlantic Fleet and have everything there. I'll move you up to the top, but then I'll put the existing carrier job above you. So we'll finish the existing carrier, and then everything else will flow through to the next one over here. Okay, good. Now, North Atlantic Fleet should mostly just be growing. What I could do is I want to set you to use that. No? Yes? Oh, yes, right-click. There you go. Iceland is your base, and you're going to be on search and destroy over there. And yeah, you're growing nicely. Repair now, but no, you'll repair eventually. It'll be okay. That's our Class 2 radar. I don't know if I need any more than that. One more resource extraction, because we're still short on a lot of things. Maybe we could have just done a lot more of that earlier, but because we still need so much steel, despite the fact that we've got so much steel production. Although we don't have full extraction of it. We're only getting a percentage, but still, it's a pretty high percentage. Meanwhile, over here, I can take one of these guys out and move them there. Same thing here. I can move one of these guys out, move them here. How's this? I could take one, probably two, but let's just do one for now. Oh, that includes the presence in Chicago, yeah. Take one of you out, move you over there. And over here, Philadelphia, yeah, you've been smashed completely. Let's put some of you guys in Newark, and then New York can be pulled out. We'll move some people over to Boston, and I'm sure that can be thinned out some more, but we'll wait and see how it goes. All right. France is almost entirely liberated in favor of the communists. Of course, communists is the only way to keep the people properly free. And on that note, we're going to go and put a cut in this video here. Let's do that, except you will go and take care of that. There you go. We'll just finish that off, and then, yeah, Gold Group will join the European Theater, and we'll have it try to help out with the push towards Berlin. Thank you very much for watching another episode, folks, and I will see you guys next time.